Why would somebody want to consider custom software? Different people have different reasons, but they usually boil down to one of 5 different reasons. The first one is that mistakes are happening. So people are dropping the ball, things are getting missed, and the idea there is to get software which will remind people to do things, to go, okay, we're going out to site tomorrow, make sure that this has been done. That's a really important reason because mistakes often have consequential costs. You know, you forget to remind the customer, you turn up, nobody's there. You go out to site and your ticket's not in order, you don't get to turn up and you've got all of those MOB and DMOB costs. So that can be very, very costly. The other reason is often cost reductions and efficiencies. So often people are copying and pasting between systems, or you may find that they're doing things manually like entering an invoice into their account system, and that can be done automatically. So the idea is that you can reduce costs by automating or eliminating tasks, and that will then save those costs and give an efficiency premium for the business and make staff available to do other things like serving customers, which is higher value. Another reason that people typically get custom software is lack of visibility. So often we run businesses and we don't always know what's going on, and so people are running around going, did you do this? Did you do that? Has this been done? Because they don't have an actual view of what's going on in the business. So by having a system that gives you the visibility, then you can always see exactly what's going on at any particular time, as well as being able to see the specifics of, has John given Mary the certificate? You can also start to see aggregate. How many certificates did we hand over this month? How long did they take? So that sort of insight into the business's performance. Fourth reason would often be standardising. And standardising is really useful because it means that everyone's doing things the same way. That really helps with visibility because if everyone's doing everything different, it's really hard to even know what question to ask. If half of the jobs we give a certificate and half of them we don't, then the question of how many certificates that we came is really hard to answer or even understand what it means. Did we not give the certificate because it wasn't needed? So by standardising our processes, we can actually make things more rigorous, we can get better visibility and understanding, and we can reduce mistakes by getting the best process. And then what software does is it allows you to bake that process in so everyone does everything the same way. And the final reason that people come is new capability. So often there might be something that a customer wants to do that's completely different. So for example, they want their own customers to be able to order online, or they want to be able to liaise directly with suppliers and get approvals of invoices and things, or they want to be able to enter data underground. So this is something completely new. It's not about automating an existing process, it's about adding something entirely new to how they're doing things. And so that could be something that gives them a competitive advantage, so that something they can offer to their customers, or it allows them to work with their suppliers more effectively. So those are generally the 5 reasons, would be reducing mistakes, improving efficiency, better visibility, standardising processes, and improvement in capability. So how you can get a competitive advantage by using new capabilities, and often that is involved in how do you liaise with your customer. The more tightly you can integrate with your customer, the stickier they are, the harder it is for them to leave. Because, for example, if they have to call you up and ask for something and then you tell them something over the phone, well, they can switch to another supplier very easily. But on the other hand, if they have something that is completely integrated, where they're going and placing an order online, that goes through, the results come back and are integrated into their system, then that's very difficult for a competitor to replicate. Now, sure, they could go, well, we'll go back to doing it over the phone, but nobody wants to do that because, of course, your customers have their own efficiency and reducing mistakes that mean they go, no, we're quite happy to use this online portal and have the direct electronic integration. So for them, moving to a supplier that doesn't have that is a big step backwards. So by being a first mover in something like this customer integration or customer interface, it really is a step above. Over time, your competitors may start to replicate that, and eventually what used to be a competitive advantage now simply becomes the ticket to play. And in some industries, you'll find things that 20 years ago used to be amazing sources of competitive advantage, and now if you don't do this, you can't play in this industry. So obviously the industry is always moving, but if you can integrate, this is always true, if you can integrate with your customers more tightly, if you can make it easy for them to work with you, if you can make it so that there's fewer mistakes, they are far less likely to leave. And of course, that means that you can charge premiums and you can differentiate yourself, because when they're evaluating two companies and one of them has an incredible system that looks amazing and works really well, and the other is just, handwritten notes and phone calls, they're going to pick the one that's the more professional, the more reliable, and is going to deliver them the values, the efficiency and the quality that they're looking for.